What's up, everybody? My name is Danny Stark, and welcome back to Dad Stark Life. So, I recently did a short in regards to my wife getting me a spiritual journal. There we go. It's very, very nice. No one's ever got this for me in regards to my faith and my journey recently with Jesus Christ. And I've been jotting down some explanation and also using the internet in regards to learning about what the true meanings of certain scriptures are. So this is pretty cool. As you can see here, I'm going to read this off. It says, discover daily inspiration with the 365 Christian Verse-A-Day Journal. Now granted, my handwriting's horrible, but I tried, and I promised that I was going to use it. It's not just like to put on a shelf. Start each day with a touch of grace, guidance, and reflection through the 365 Christian Verse-A-Day Journal. This beautifully designed journal offers a fresh Bible verse each day of the year, accompanied by space to write down your thoughts, prayers, or reflections, whether you're seeking peace, motivation, or a deeper connection to God. Each entry is crafted to uplift and inspire, helping you grow in faith and draw closer to His Word. Let your journey begin. So that's super cool. So the first one, and it goes, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. So I got this on February 27th, and literally that same night, I had so much inspiration to write, and I don't like to write anything because, first of all, it looks horrible, because I've been just so enthralled with, the faith internally. And this is by Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. So I did use the internet, obviously ChatGPT, to give me better explanations on how things are with the scripture, and so I can understand it, because sometimes it's really hard to read, and I get it. So based on this scripture, Jeremiah wrote this to the Israelites who have been exiled to Babylon, people who felt abandoned, defeated, and unsure if God still cared for them. Instead of promising an immediate rescue, God assured them that He had not forgotten about them even in exile. His plans were intentional, not random. Their suffering was not the end of their story. Restoration would come, but in God's timing, not theirs. So basically, this wasn't a quick fix promise. It was a long-term assurance spoken into a painful moment. So it's pretty deep based on what I read in explanation. And also translated to, like, what does this actually mean for us, like, today in our world? And it said, God's knowledge of your life is personal but never distant. His plans are rooted in peace, hope, and purpose. That's pretty powerful right there. Even when circumstances feel confusing or heavy, God's perspective is bigger than the moment. So, I can honestly feel and believe that, His purpose is way bigger than anything that we ever think. Where we think something's small, it's usually big, vice versa. The Lord has much a bigger perspective and plan for us, whether we choose to believe it or not at the moment. Close the door. Sorry about that. So, February 28th. He fills my life with good things so that I stay young and strong like an eagle. I've never heard that one before. That sounds pretty cool. He fills my life with good things so that I stay young and strong like an eagle. That is Psalm 103, verse 5. And when I read about that, up on that, a picture of God providing what nourishes your soul, purpose, joy, protection, and blessings that sustain you. In Scripture, the eagle symbolizes renewal, resilience, and rising above hardships. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I've never heard that before. Now, granted, I've always haven't been the best, Catholic ever. It also read that eagles represent strength after exhaustion, fresh energy after seasons of struggle, perspective that rises above chaos, a spirit that doesn't stay stuck on the ground, It is a promise of inner renewal, not just outer vitality. Let me repeat that one again. A spirit that does not stay stuck on the ground. It's a promise of inner renewal, not just outer vitality. That's pretty deep. And there's also a deeper message that I saw. It says you're not meant to run on empty. Okay? Renewal is possible even after long. God's goodness isn't occasional, it's sustaining. Strength can return in ways you didn't expect. So dang, that's pretty awesome, The eagle, the bird, the freedom, So, excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, I did not know the eagle symbolizes and had all those type of attributes in regards to, an actual psalm. So this is what happens when you learn and you read and you understand and you look into other references online to get a better explanation of things. Okay? So I really dig that. That's pretty cool. And then, let's see here. On March 1st, my entry. So it says, a friend loves at all times. Proverbs 17, verse 17. Consistent love, not based on mood, benefit, or circumstance. Steadfast presence, someone who remains when life gets messy, not just when it's easy. Supports in adversity. Diverse pains, friendship with the idea of a brother born for adversity, meaning true friends step into hard moments, not away from them. That's pretty strong, and obviously there's a lot of people out there that go through this, and it's one of those things where, your friends are your friends no matter what happens to you in life, no matter how good your life is going, no matter how bad your life is going, they're always going to be there. When you need them the most through your, weakest moments, when you had a lot of adversity, they're always going to be there. It's like unconditional love. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life, they're going to be there. Now, for me, in regards to that, there's certain people that, you kind of have to put on hold sometimes. It doesn't mean that you don't love them or you don't care for them. I will always be there for them if I can. But sometimes, you know what? Things change, and sometimes you got to separate yourself from people in regards to trying to figure out life, like myself, and trying to figure out, where I am spiritually, where I am with the Lord, and also to understanding that, He found me straggling and wandering, and I need to focus on what's best. So it always happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen to certain people, and it's kind of weird though that it happened to me that way, but it's okay, I love everybody and appreciate everybody that's been there for me, but unfortunately I had to just kind of put some things on hold to figure out me. So that's a really good proverb. I really enjoyed it. And then obviously today is March 2nd, yesterday was March 2nd, excuse me. And it shows, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that is Joshua 24, verse 15. Choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Okay? And I read up on it and said that Joshua's stance is firm. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's a declaration of leadership, conviction, and legacy. Cool. Why it matters the most? It confronts divided loyalty. Israel had a history of wavering between God and the ideas around them. Joshua focused on clarity here. It emphasizes personal responsibility. Choose this day means it can't be postponed. It models spiritual leadership. Joshua doesn't just speak for himself. He sets the tone for his household, which is pretty strong. That's really, really strong. It frames faith as a daily commitment, not a one-time emotional moment, but a continual choice. Okay? So yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome. In my family here, the Stark family is totally devoted to Jesus, because you know why? I figured it out in regards to what it really means to put him first. I always thought that Jesus was, I always knew he was there for me, but I never really understood the magnitude of how putting him first will change a lot of things. And ever since Ash Wednesday of this year, a lot of things have changed for me in regards to how I think now. And, I always know the love is there. I always know that he's always watching me. But you know what, though? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And I think that day, he found me and pulled me back, So, then I had reconciliation. I went to Mass a few times. Heck, I'm journaling in a book, like a lot has changed in a short period of time. And I really appreciate that. But yeah, this is great scripture from Joshua. Choose a day, meaning it can't be postponed, meaning today, not tomorrow, not yesterday. Every day is God. And also, too, he is a part of this household, including this house. So that's super, super cool. March 3rd, today. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I've heard this in every... How would I say this? I heard this so many times, even in movies. And that's Psalm 23, verse 1. Basically, it's a declaration of trust, provision, and belonging. Calling the Lord a shepherd means you're not navigating life alone. Saying I shall not want means you're not under the care of someone who knows what you need before you even ask. You don't have to carry everything alone. You're not being led even when the path is unclear. God's care is active, it's not distant. Peace isn't something you chase, it's something that you receive. That's really deep right there. Peace isn't something you chase, it's something that you receive. When you say this verse, you're not just quoting your scripture. You're declaring God is enough, and because he is enough, you are safe, supplied, and seen. So that's pretty awesome. I never really thought about the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. There's a lot of things that you want in life, though, but do you really need it? What we need more of anything is the Lord in our life, We're not navigating through this alone. Sometimes we feel like it's just us taking on everybody, but that's because I feel I never put God first. So he can talk to me and show me the right way and signal me and, come to me, I always felt like I always had my eyes and ears open, though. Yeah, maybe to the streets, but never to the heavens. So that's a big difference. So I plan on doing more of this as I go. But, special shout out to my wife for thinking about this for me. And it's been really awesome. And I feel like this is just another connection I can have with Jesus Christ in regards to my communication level with him. Because it's not just prayer. It's about this. It's about community. It's about going out to, Sunday services. It's going out to maybe some Bible study, which I'm planning on in the future. And then also using the power of other medias to connect with him. So I look forward to it. It's been great. And I feel like my relationship has just started. But, it's always been there. I just never really fully accepted it, I felt. So it's been really awesome. I look forward to it in the future. Again, thank you for choosing to watch That's Dark Life. We have more content coming soon. I do have some shorts. I do some food reviews. I'm going to be going out to some new establishments here where I live in the Carolinas. So it's going to be fun. But other than that, God is great. Y'all have a good one. Take care.